So for today's agenda, what we have as part of concepts is what are Pega alerts log, how to access Pega alerts log, what are the formats in which Pega alert logs are there, how to simplify log for analysis, and what are the categories of alert logs. So what are Pega alerts log? So during when we are executing any rule, like we have built a rule. Now it's time to run and execute the application or the rule. So whenever that end-to-end configuration that you have done in Pega, if Pega identifies that there is performance issue in the system, okay, then it raises an alert. It raised an alert even in form of a text file entry. So this text file entry is logged for each day. Each day there will be one Pega alert log. The usual format for this Pega alert log file is Pega rules dash alert dash yyyyy mm and dd dot log. So basically a date format is there so that each rule can be identified. And this rule is saved in some you can say a directory on server. Okay, there is a path for this on which this will be saved, and I will show you very soon where everything is located. Sorry about that. So now the question is how we are going to access this Pega alert file, how we are going to uh, understand this Pega alert file. So I believe that you are aware about this alert event. So how this alert event is configured. Okay. For this configuration part, in this session, I will not go into uh, much details about it because it is very advanced level. I'm starting with basics for this session. So when we are initiating a Pega alert, Pega is monitoring it, monitoring the system performance. Okay, and they have threshold values. Okay, so threshold values that these configurations of Pega alert we can is in pr config .xml file. There are some XML files on which there is configurations done for this. Okay. Now, for some of the configuration, because this is a file we do not have direct access to it, so we use DSS also to do any modifications of some of the threshold. Okay. And to access these files, there are different tools also, and in some of your project you have used autonomous events also. Okay, and there are PLAs. We will just in a while we will go through this, and there is a Pega diagnostic cloud which is only for the cloud systems. Okay, so it just provides us ease of access of these logs. Okay, but in your system also from Pega also you will able to access these log files. So you will go to configure, you will go to system, you will go to operation, and you will go to logs. So for log files, alert log file, we are just talking about right now only alert log. This session is for alert log. You can see that when you will click on this, you will see all the list of alert that we are having. Okay, and it is showing on page wise, and there are lines per pages. These are 500 lines per pages. You can remove it if you want to have more lines, sorry, more pages. And number of pages it is giving extract, and if it will show you only the alerts who is logged in, it is filtering based on who is logged in. If you will remove it, it will show you entire log list on one page. Okay, but still this is not readable unless you are very much clear about what is a time and on what time it will showing you these logs. Okay, so this is one of the way to access it. Now to access it further, now I am going to Linux system. So in this Linux system, I have to go to derives in file system. In file system, I have to go what the location that is configured for this virtual machine is. Uh, Go to file system, then I have to look for OPT. So we have to go in OPT directory where Tomcat is configured. In Tomcat, we have work file, that is Catalina file, then localhost. In localhost, we have PR web, and inside PR web, this is Pega alert log that is there. Okay, Pega rules. Right now it is Pega rule.alert. This is today's one. But for previous one, it is Pega rules dash alert. Then 05/01/2021, it was given as this log entry. So you can open it directly from here. Similarly, you will file all other logs also. Okay. So if I have to open it, actually, I want to, this is a virtual machine. Let me see if I can copy paste into my system directly. Okay, so it is not allowing me to copy into Microsoft, sorry, Notepad, into Windows. So everything that we are having is separated by a star. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to open your Excel file. Basically, you can import this into your Excel file. Can you see Excel on my screen?
No.
So I have opened Excel sheet. You will take that Pega alert log file and you will go to file, open, and here when you will open any Pega alert log file, you will able it will give you option click delimited an original data type group. Okay, so when you will click on that option, you will get an option of others. Okay, then on click of other, you will enter a star and it will convert your file into Excel format altogether. Okay, so in that way, you can import your file into Excel sheet. Okay,
What will do when the file size of the alert log is big?
I'm not getting your question, sorry.
What will we do like when the size of the alert log is huge that we
No,
cannot
Excel will import it. Excel can import data in GBs. Excel is very, very efficient. Okay, but it seems like impossible scenario. Very, very large will not be there because Pega alert logs are uh, each day. Okay, and these are text file. Text file, we will not have that many GBs. Like it is even sometimes not even in MBs. Okay, so let me try. This is an LibreOffice that Pega has given us because it is an open source. If this LibreOffice also is have this functionality, otherwise now I will switch to next tool, which is Pega PLA, Pega Log Analyzer file. I have not downloaded the file basically. Let's first download it. When you will click on this alert text, it will ask for the server password. Okay, here we have admin as password given by Pega. So now it is downloading my file and let's see if I'm getting option in LibreOffice for the same. So separated by tab, comma, semicolon, other. In other, it is separated. Now click on OK. Yeah, now it is separated. Okay, so you will get it. But one thing that is not there in this are headings. Okay, I'm not sure whether Excel will provide headings or not, but it is not there. But I will tell you what will be the headings of this. Okay, in this session we will discuss about this heading. The another tool that we are going to use is Pega Log Analyzer. So let's see that tool itself. I will download in virtual machine itself. This is Pega Roost Log Analyzer is there in marketplace. Now you have to download it. It is I guess 48 or 50 MB. It is not so heavy. So meanwhile it is downloading. Let me share with you the list of fields that are there in Excel. Okay, what are the format of alerts? Okay, the columns that you are seeing, what it is. It will take some time. Please have patience, and you will get this. I will share you the link of this file itself, where you can see all the fields for your reference after this session. But let me iterate it once for you. So when we are having columns, so column A is timestamp, and in column B you are getting for which version of Pega this alert is. Like we are having version 8 at this moment. Okay, then in column C we have message ID. Okay, it identify the type of alert, which is kind of Pega 0011 message ID. Then we have, like, there are some field you do not need to know all field, but I am telling you just the value. We have a KPI value. This is observed in a millisecond or any count of the value. Okay, so this is called as key performance indicator. This is in millisecond. And in V we have the KPI threshold, which is the threshold value for this alert type. If it is crossed, like what is the threshold value and what is the actual value. So we are in the alert, the entry is in alert log because it has crossed the threshold value. Okay, and in F we have server ID, and in column I we have requester ID. Requester ID is basically what is a requester? Is it an application? Okay, or it is a batch. A for application, B for batch, H for requester being used by, like that it is an HTTP interaction. Okay, then P is for requester type is portlet port. So the type of requesters, maybe we will have a detailed discussion on these requester type in some other session. Then in column J we have user ID. In column K, the work pool that is used for the user. Okay. In column L, we have rule, application, name, version. Okay. In column N, we have encoded rule set. This is hash code for identifying requester rule set list. Okay, so this is something that Pega is working in background to run it. Then we
Where
have
actually the alert message is stored in this column is the Pega message ID.
no, message ID is the message ID like Pega 0011, and there are kind of 10 or 20 more columns there. I instead of skipping it, I will just type it, then you will so that you can read it by yourself. Let me just iterate it. Then we have checkout enable, and we have interaction number, because some of it you are not need to know. It is for advanced level of purpose. We have correlation ID, we had sequence, then we have thread. Okay, that is internal name. This is also a Java concept, internal name of Pega thread, PR thread. Okay, and so this is thread and Pega thread name. Now Pega thread name, very molecular information, so that you will get where exactly the alert has happened. And then we have stack. Okay, an indicator, this is an indicator for engine process which show processing state when message occurred. So this is important for you. Okay, or there are few which are previous, which are important for you also, but this is the kind of detail of the message. And what is last input, and what is the first activity. Okay, first activity means what is a first interaction that was run by the requester. Okay, so we have by first activity we have reached column W. Okay, uh, now in column X we have last step. Then next 4 columns are reserved. Then means Z has happened here. X, Y, Z. Now column started A, B. So from AC, this is trace list. Okay. Then we have PAL data. Okay. For some of the messages ID, there are specific performance tool statistics at the end of each alert. Okay. It is not for every alert. And then we have primary page class, primary page name. So these two also help us in find out what are the context when the alert has happened. Similarly, we have 2 more pages, step page class and step page name. So these two are also important for us. Then we have Pega stack, parameter page, and line. Now this one is the description of the alert. Sorry, this one is a description for alert that is raised here. Okay, for you what is important? Timestamp is important. Version is same for everything. Like requester ID and user ID are important for you. And after that, interaction ID, stack is important for you. And these can be important sometimes, but we have this primary page name, step page name, line description. Okay, and this trace list can be important for you. Okay, now coming back to Pega, let's install Pega Log Analyzer and see what results are coming. So this is Pega Log Analyzer. So it has 2 options: run with JRE and run without JRE. Okay, you can access it in any way. Let's open with JRE. So in JRE, let's start this. These are bat files. Then let me run without JRE. Actually, these are not shell script. These are Windows bat file, but I will open a JRE for you in Windows and show you before end of this session. Okay, how this Pega alert log are summarized. But before going to that, let me see if there is anything I have to show you in the system. So we have covered this Pega alert log file. That's fine. Okay. So now next thing that I need to show you directly in the system that what are the categories of Pega alerts. Just one more minute, please. So apart from we are having this Pega alert log in the Pega screen, you can see in the developer toolbar there is a one issue icon. You will click on this issue icon, and here you can see the list of alert issues. Okay, you can see alert type here. This is also one of the way to access it. You can see that it is given there is a problem with DB time. It is taking this much DB time in this work pool last. So the for columns that I just told you, okay, are here also. And when you will click on this part, it will give you entire detailed report of each and every field that we have seen. Okay, and that user ID, requester ID, uh, that correlation ID, alert ID is Pega 007, in which line it has occurred, what was the PAL reading for it. Okay, so you get all the information. What is a parameter page? This is pre-activity. It happens with the activities. This one in portal thread standard portal it has come. Okay, so you can see all the details of this alert, and you can come to conclusion that where the issue has happened. Okay, so this is also one of the hidden way that developers usually not aware, that when they are committing anything or they are performing any logic, it has that. So this is for this session. If you will click on all my session, it has also extract all the previous results also, but it is only for this user. Okay, and like right now we are talking about only alert log, so which is performance based, but there are security based alerts also. Okay, in security based alerts are like there are performance thresholds are there which will code alert event. Similarly, if anything in the code is creating problem for the security, it will raise security alert log. Okay, now coming back to this session. Uh, so all my session performance alert. Now we will go back to performance alert. Now let's find out how to find out these alert and how to resolve them. For this, it is very obvious. When you will work over the time, you may remember some of the alert IDs. Okay, but you cannot remember everything. And I suggest that you should focus your brain only on uh, the meaningful stuff. When we have direct answers for it, then you can come back it. First of all, you need to analyze what does that mean. Okay, so now these are called as categories of alerts. So for this, I'm sharing you the link directly of Pega system, where you can have all the alert log. We will discuss it how to analyze this, but let me share my full screen now. So now if I have to analyze this result, I will definitely not remember it. So this is a link which has list of all the performance and security related alerts. And the alerts are given in sequence. And it is recommended that you will uh, keep the latest version, like according to the latest version, you can have this because the list may increase. The alerts of 6.2 version will not be always, number of alerts are not same. They will keep on adding. Okay, for example, ADS alert, that is asynchronous data page alerts, are not there previously. They have introduced now. So, but the some of the result, that is Pega 0004, this 0005 was always there. Okay. Uh, so now the alert that we have seen was Pega 0037 itself, I believe, which is assembly related. Okay, let's see something that is very much common, DB time, or it is taking DB time, Pega 005 alert. So in Pega 005, go to your browser, go to this screen and open this query time exceeds. Okay, it will give you a sample error message. Okay, what are the default settings in PR config file? For example, for Pega 005 in PR config file, the environment name, that is alert database operation time threshold, was 500 millisecond. Okay, means half a second. So do you want to execute your query in this second itself, or you want to edit it? So if there are big queries, okay, uh, although it is never recommended, you will increase the thresholds, but you can change value of this either in PR config file or in dynamic system settings. Okay, but before changing this values in the file, you have to analyze what is the reason for this alert. It is given the exact reason why Pega is considering this as an alert. So they are saying that after examining the test alert message, SQL statement that system was trying to execute, basically the system that the SQL query that we have made is quite heavy. Okay, it is taking much time to execute. And what can be the reason for this? Why SQL query is taking so much time? It can be possible that you are using you have using a query which in which the property is not exposed, right? You are using from directly from the blob. Let me give you okay, that is fine. You understand what is exposing of property, right? So this can be one of the reason. Another reason can be the database itself is not indexed. There is a problem of indexing, or you have. Let me share this whiteboard itself. I will be more comfortable in explaining. So when there is SQL which is taking time to execute, there can be one is property not exposed. This can be one of the reason. Second, it is exposed, but database table is not indexed. There can be issue with indexing of problem also. Okay, or it can be problem you have used too many joins. Okay, this can be problem. Second problem is table is too big. Table is too big, which is creating performance issue. So this can be too big means two ways. One is number of records are more. Second is number of columns are more. For number of record to be more, if this kind of thing is there, it is going to millions, billions, then you must have to introduce archive and purge functionality, so that all the historic data will move to some other database. If you are using number of columns are more, it means you need database table normalization. It means the data model or the structure is not created correctly. Based on the number of database, you should need to understand that, let's suppose if Oracle is there, how many columns is recommended based on Oracle best practices. Okay, so in that way you have to analyze each and every record.
I have,
Are you getting the point? Yes, please. Now ask
I
queries.
have,
You can type or ask queries. Yes.
I just have a question like on the indexing, like you have mentioned that data table is not indexed. So we create the indexes on some of the properties, right? Means on the table or on the key property that we are using in that query, or how that should be
No,
indexed.
no, it depends upon now. This is where you have to analyze your business requirement, that the columns that you are using need such kind of indexing or not. Maybe it is not always index is not always based on key. Key is one of the things there where you can index, but you can use index based on other column. So the column which is frequently get used, and in report definition you are using it in filter criteria, and you are fetching in columns also, and you are joining also, then if such property or such column is used so many times, it means it is very frequently needed, and you need column on that, index on that.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so as a Pega architect, when you are getting this query, you can just your initial analysis for, let's suppose, for indexing. First of all, check what is it. Definitely there is a DBA in your project. You will ask for the help of DBA. I am assuming that query is taking time, so I have this analysis. So can you please help me to analyze what will be the correct? We are not DB architect, we are Pega architect. Okay, so this is a DB query. From our side, what we can do, we can handle joins. Okay, we can ask for our DBA these suggestion, number of columns are more, number of records are more. Okay, but ultimately we have to take decision collaboratively, that what needs to be done. Half of the things can be handled by Pega side, half of the things you have to handle with help of DBA. For example, there are many alerts which are related to server configuration and JVM changes. There are JVM thresholds are including, okay, for interaction. So there you can take decision only as a Pega architect, but you have to take suggestions from infrastructure team also. Okay, so one of the things that I can recommend you, you guys have to do a little homework, and I can just share my screen again. And what I believe I have selected no. Sorry, I missed that. It was giving me option. There was my system got crashed, and it was giving me option to recall that thing. Let me tell you one thing. Go back. Do it for yourself, please. It will, if you will able to do it, your quality of code and your way of thinking will give you a big benefit. Copy paste in Excel and create a type column here and select based on the query. So all these are database alert. So categorize an Excel sheet for yourself. Now, you know, whenever in your personal sheet, whenever you will filter out with such kind of thing, database alert. Now, when you will have this database alert, then you can go through this one. It will not take, if you in 1 week you will able to complete it. You will go through this and you can look for the reasons why the DB problems are happening. And next time when you will build the code which is related with report definition or any connect SQL statement, you will automatically, your mind will start poking you that I have did this in alert log, this can cause problem, so I will not use it. Okay, so in that way you can create lots of sorting out for you. For example, now this is ADP. Okay, ADP is asynchronous data pages, so these are related to data pages, right? So I will mark it data pages related to asynchronous data pages. So in that way you will, now I have to use for queue. Now this is for queue processor, means I will mark it as background processing. Now I will select it here. I will select job scheduler. Now these three are for job scheduler. I will mark it also for background processing. I will select on agent. Now this is also background processing. Are you getting my point? So you will automatically know what are the mistakes that you are doing and how you can fix it. And for future purpose, whenever you will have this log, you will able to easily identify the issue because you have done a little bit of homework before development. So these are cache related issues. Okay, and if you will look for interaction, you will also get things. So this is a very good exercise. Please do it. It will help you a lot beyond what you can imagine at this moment.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now the last part was PLA, and let me give me 1 second. I will install PLA and I will run it. Okay, give me 1 second, please.
Meanwhile, I have a question regarding the mobile. Do we have any logs that are being raised for the mobile sync issues
Yes,
or any mobile
yes,
commit
yes.
issues?
There are not commit issues, but there is two alerts which are introduced for mobile, and let me see and check for you. One is Pega 0110, which is mobile large data page is there, and one more was there. And Pega 0066, which is mobile app data synchronization. So two are there. Only two alerts will be there for this.
Okay, thank you.
Finally, I got one log file, and I will show you how this works. But this is not exactly the alert log file. These are Pega log files. So you will able to correlate with it. So I have this is Pega log analyzer with JRE. I will start it. Now PLA started. Now on click of PLA, it will take me to this URL, localhost, a port name, and PLA. It will start in a minute.
How can we do this for a cloud-based system? Like if we have an environment, we need to check the log file.
Predictive log file, if you are using cloud based, then you have a tool, predictive log analyzer. PDC, predictive diagnostic for cloud. So in that way, that is already sorted. I am not using cloud and I do not have access to PDC. I cannot show you. These are the local tool that I can download and see. And every project is not using PDC. Some are using AES also, which is for on-premise. And there are also third-party tools which we are sharing log with them, and they are processing those log and showing the interfaces. Okay, so we have multiple options for that. Now coming to this, because I have right now file for system alert. Okay, so I will go to system. If you have alert log, you will go to alert log. First of all, you can purge the system because I removed all the existing file. Let's delete it. Now you will choose file and you will go to desktop, and here I have Pega rules log. Select this log file and update system. So it has given me file for this. I will, if you want to see system summary, it will show you the summary information. It will show you this exception. Okay, this is a garbage collection summary. This is a quite an old tool basically. So I'm going home and downloading this September Excel sheet. So in this file, click on generate pivot. Oh, okay. Even that maybe we not need it. So here you go to, okay. So it is giving you a pivot table of all the list of exceptions that we are having in our system. And when you click on this exception, data is quite organized. Okay, this is a kind of a summary of the data, the detailed Excel for alert log also. It is showing the alert summary. Right now there is no alert in this, it is Pega rule. And here you will get all the list of what is there I told you previously. Okay, you will automatically get this from PLA. So this is another way. This exception summary is good. See, what is the purpose of this exception summary? I have got null pointer exception 5 times. Okay, you will easily get the issues which are coming 100 time, 200 time, 150 time. It will automatically catches your eye. Okay, moreover, you can analyze here. Okay, this is just an interaction error. Right now it is not priority. but this is a database exception. I have to give priority to this. Let's see why it is coming. This is a issue in queue processor. Okay, it will be problem for me. So you can analyze based on criticality. Moreover, these are Pega rules log. So in Pega rules log, I am skipping from the topic basically. I should not. Here you are also getting some things. This is not a write log file. Whether it's an info error, it is a warning, or it is a critical warning. So in that you can filter out based on the column that it is a critical. Here we have critical alerts. Okay, so you will get such kind of list there. Do try it today in your system, or whenever you will go to office tomorrow and start doing your work, and check this alert summary PLA. It will be interesting to know. So that's all for the alert log. Now I have final updates and something to share with you, that is for